Hey guys, it's Thursday. I actually had to think about that. I'm so bad with days. So it's Thursday. I'm going to share 3 things with you. I'm going to try and keep it quick because I got to run and get the kids from school. First thing I want to share is if you're like me, and like a lot of parents, you get really sick of getting plastic toys for your kids for Christmas because they don't play with them. They don't. I know you want to buy things for children for Christmas, but they don't play with them. Our kids are obsessed with, watching their tablets, but they like to do things. So really great ideas for gifts that get kids engaged in actually doing an activity, things like baking supplies and art supplies. But I wanted to share this science subscription box that we've been getting for a while. So this is Mel Chemistry, and this one is the colorful chemistry kit. I don't even know what the experiment is. So for $35 a month, they send you a new experiment. There's 2 experiments in a box. So the very first thing they send you is this big kit that comes with all the stuff you're going to need for future experiments, along with a couple experiments in it. But it's Mel Chemistry, and our kids love it. It doesn't feel like they're learning, even though they are. And anytime that you can layer learning in with a fun activity, kids really engage with it. Another idea would be things like geodes or those little dinosaur fossil digs. Our kids really like those. They're 7 and 10. We have a local little store here called Gemini's, and they sell geodes. So around the holidays, I like to go in. They're great little stocking stuffers or just a small gift. If you want to give a child something to do versus another thing that's going to end up getting donated. So if you want to give kids experiences, I definitely recommend Mel Science. Thing number 2 is a quote that I said earlier this week, and it's an Oprah quote, and that is, and at least I think it's an Oprah quote, or maybe she was quoting someone. It's hard to tell on the internet, right? No is a complete answer. No is a complete sentence. So I find, and maybe you do too, and I know this is common for women, and I know men do it as well, but when we tell somebody no, we feel like we need to justify the answer with a reason or an excuse. And the fact is, we can just say, no, I'm not interested. We don't have to make other people feel comfortable when we didn't make them feel uncomfortable. We can say, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I really enunciated that. No, I'm not interested. No, I don't want to. No, that doesn't sound like fun to me. Like, we don't have to go into this whole, oh, I think it's great, but maybe. No. No's a complete sentence. And earlier this week, I told somebody, no, I'm not interested in doing that, and they didn't like that, and that's on them. That's not my responsibility, and it's not your responsibility to make people feel comfortable when you really didn't do anything wrong. You weren't being a dick. You just said no. Why do we have a hard time with that? All right, so that's thing number 2. Oprah quote, no is a complete sentence. We don't have to justify. We can just say no. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, I also talked about earlier this week, which is it's October, and Joe Rogan and his buddies started a thing called Sober October that kind of took a life of its own, because now people who didn't know that Rogan kind of created that are doing Sober October. And last year on October 1st, I gave up Twitter. I actually deleted Facebook and Twitter. Instagram doesn't hook me the way those two do, so I deleted both of those. I ended up being able to go back on Facebook in a healthy way, but Twitter, I was really addicted. And so I've been thinking about this year, what do I need to let go of? What has a hold of me versus me having a hold of it? And starting to think it's this little device right here. And while I use it for work, so I can't get rid of it entirely, I'm starting to think maybe I need a curfew, I can't get on it until 8 a.m. and I can't be, maybe an 8 to 8 window is when I can have phone time. And I feel like that's probably the direction I need to go, because when I think about doing it, I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to read books. I want to scroll. I don't want to read actual pages. And I do want to read books, but I'm not reading because I'm getting up now and starting to kind of scroll all the different feeds. So I feel like I need to put some guardrails around that. And I don't want to, that's probably the thing I need to do then. So if you're participating in Sober October, what are you doing? I mean, are you giving up substances like alcohol or cannabis? Are you giving up sugar or soda? Are you changing something in your diet? Are you saying no to the afternoon coffee? I'm not saying no. Are you saying no to the afternoon coffee so that you can get to bed earlier because you want to get up earlier? What is the thing that kind of has a grip on you versus you having a grip on it? So think about that. I'm thinking I need to have a little bit of a phone curfew, because I'm finding myself really tapping in to my phone more than I need to, more than my soul wants to. So I think there might be a little bit of a hook there in me. I don't know. What do you think? We have so many stink bugs. They're awful. So what were those three things. Male chemistry, great gift for kids. It's fun for adults too. I mean, let's be real. I don't know why we think that adults shouldn't play and explore and learn. These things are fun. So whether you have kids or not, if you're looking to buy experiences versus stuff, this is a great little subscription box. So you could sign somebody up or sign yourself up for a few months, cancel at any time. But it's a lot of fun to get some experiments in the mail. Thing number 2, no is a complete sentence. Thank you, Oprah. Or whoever Oprah was quoting when she said that. No is a complete sentence. Do you want to do the thing? No, I'm not interested in that. Thanks. Done. It's going to take a little bit of shedding that guilt, but you didn't do anything wrong. You said no. So, no is a complete sentence. And the last thing is, I'm thinking of putting some guardrails around my phone usage for Sober October. What are you thinking about? What's got a grip on you that you need to turn it around and take back your little bit of control? What's controlling you versus you controlling it? What habit do you need to build? What are you doing for Sober October? I'd love to hear about it. So thanks for hanging out with me. I gotta go get these kiddos. Enjoy this last little bit of weather before the cool fall air comes in. And I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with me. Love you guys.